Welcome everyone to episode 97 of Just Joshing. I am your host, Joshua Penteleresco. I write stuff and podcast too. Today, a returning guest and a new guest at the same time. Colette Turner returns to the podcast. Colette was back way in episode 16, and I was her first interview, which shocked me because she was really good. But today, she's not alone. She's bringing her husband, the uber-talented, hilarious John Fleming, to the show. Now, John's a bit of a perfectionist. Now, when he introduces this, he'll mention episode 96. It's my fault because I turned the Liana Kersner chat into a two-parter. It was originally scheduled for John's episode and Colette's episode, I should say, both of their episodes, to appear 96, so they're 97. Beyond that, though, I really encourage you to check out their book. I love comics. It's no big secret. Badassical is the name of the book. They do it semi-regularly on Kickstarter. 2 issues have gone through. The 3rd issue is going to be starting up, I'm sure, real soon. It's a really fun book. It's a reality show featuring superheroines-ish with guns fighting giant robots. It is an incredibly fun book. Surprisingly good character development, considering like the paper you would think would be paper thin. No, incredible character development, lots of fun scenes, a couple cool mysteries. It feels very much like an older late 1980s comic, like back in the day when comics had that really good balance of great art and amazing storytelling. And this is just great stuff, and you should check it out when you can. All right, we're going to get right to the interview here, but first, a little word about my YouTube channel. Looking for my archived episodes of Just Joshing? You can do so on my YouTube channel, Joshua Penteleresco, Joshua There you will find past episodes with guests like Susie Vidori, Ron Bender, Ella Beaumont, Colette Turner, Chadwick Ginther, and more. Check out my YouTube channel right now. This is a blank one.
Hey, this is John Fleming. I'm sitting here with Colette Turner and Joshua, and we are recording for episode 96 of Just Joshing. Go ahead, Joshua. You had some questions for Colette and I.
Okay, so you have now successfully hit. Well, first off, thank you very much for doing that. That was awesome. Yeah, but second, my thing is, you guys have now got on your second issue of Badassical is now officially in physical form. I'm looking at it right now, and you're about to. When is issue 3? Are you guys on it right now?
Well, we have 2 out of 3 covers done, and they are gorgeous, right?
It's written.
It's written. Wow.
I started doing thumbnails for it in the car on the way over.
Nice.
Yeah, we're hoping to hit pages running hard in the next couple weeks, right?
Yep.
So we're at it.
Yeah, we're hoping it'll be ready July, August-ish.
July, August, we'd like to have it printed.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's the goal. This is my just based on what I've seen on your comments on Kickstarter. Kickstarter's been unexpectedly successful for you. I mean, you guys have made your goal, but you've exceeded your goals well beyond expectations both times.
Yeah, 200% or so.
Yeah. Well, we funded the first one in the first few hours.
Yeah, I guess the first one we were finished. We were at 400% of that one funded.
I was crying in the corner, just with happiness.
And you know what? We've had some amazing fans and some amazing backers on those.
Yeah.
Actually, we just came at a Calgary Expo. And at one point during the expo, we had 4 or 5 different backers at our table, and we had a meeting.
That's awesome.
And we had a meeting discussion. We had a hustle business meeting about what the future is going to hold for the comic and where it's going. Yeah. And we really appreciate having people that value it and are invested in it and are willing to help us with those sorts of things.
Yeah, and it's a good feeling being able to involve backers and fans in the process of making the book.
Interactivity is a huge thing today. I just found with me with growing my own social media thing, that's really the key. If you can actually talk and interact with people, they tend to feed off you what you're doing. So
We had a backer in Hawaii actually who messaged me through Kickstarter recently, and if he's hearing this, thanks for the feedback. And he was, there's people all over the world that have been just amazing, and we're just trying to do the best, right? Yeah.
Oh, I gotta say, honestly, I mean, it's probably my favorite indie book. Like, right, pure truth. No, honestly, it is because it's fun. Like, it's the one thing is, I think comic books at heart, especially by and large, should be fun books. You can do a serious comic book, but I mean, it's all about like your tone, and the tone of this has never been any more. I always feel like I'm having fun. Like it's like, and you guys are having fun doing it.
Yeah, we're having a great time with it.
Yeah,
it's a fun thing to work on.
So the two issues. I'm curious with you, Colette. What's been your favorite thing to draw? Or can you pick just one thing?
Susan.
Why?
Susan explosions and craziness and big guns and fire. She's just like she's adorable but crazy at the same time, and I love her.
I should ask, who's been your favorite? Out of all the characters so far, who's been your favorite one to write? Or does it change?
You know what? I love all of them because, as far as I'm concerned, the thing I enjoy most is the interaction between them.
Yeah.
Any of them in a vacuum is a lot less interesting.
But their relationships and their dynamic.
Yeah. That's the big thing for me.
Pretty fun to do.
Well, one of the hardest things I think doing, this Badassical, for those people that have not read it yet, is actually it's a team book, and it's a small team, but it's still a team book. So I think probably one of the challenges is balancing time. Like, when you write a script, do you worry about balancing time for the characters, or is it more just how the story kind of goes?
I don't worry about it at all. Maybe I should.
Maybe.
I'm just like, hey, I want to do this.
We wouldn't want to force anything though. Like, we want to force story to have a certain character appear more.
No.
Like in book 2, I think Kate only appears on 4 pages.
Yeah. But they're awesome for pages.
I mean, they're awesome pages.
They're great pages.
Yeah,
Because she's on there.
in it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and it's mostly the other two.
Yeah. But forcing Kate to be on more pages wouldn't have made sense, and it would have made the story.
You want the story to feel like you want to keep the organic.
More water
Oh yeah,
here,
for
thanks.
sure.
Just tell me.
Just a deal. Thank you.
But no, with a story, you don't ever want to try to force it too hard. I mean, it's always. I mean, I think one of the biggest traps you fall into sometimes is if you really, really enjoy writing a character, you keep them on there too long, and that's always it's a bad thing. I don't know, but that's just maybe.
I didn't write the books. That's you do.
Yeah, I really love the different characters and different things that happen to them, and they all have different roles in the story. And they're not necessarily always the roles that you expect. I mean, we had one person who read the first issue who was like, this is so lighthearted, and then came back and said, but there might be some darker undertones here. I'm not sure. Like, I'm not certain exactly what's happening. And we have a lot of that. I want to keep people on their toes.
And that's always, and that's the best thing too, is like everything builds up, one book builds up to the next book, which builds up to the next book. It's actually a very old school style of actually putting together a comic book.
Yeah.
I applaud you. So.
Yeah. We actually had somebody at the Esper on the weekend say, I don't think you can possibly bring this to a proper head in 5 books. And you know what, maybe they're right. But we're doing what we can.
Yeah.
So this is just 5, and then you're going to move on for a while. Do you see yourself coming back at some point?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we'd like to keep it going.
We'd like to.
As long as people are still enjoying it and we're still enjoying it. But
Do you see yourself not enjoying this ever?
no.
I have like the first 10 or 15 planned out already.
Nice.
So that's good. And we're having a good time with it. So.
Yeah. Fair enough. So let's ask something here about Miss Colette. Your profile has grown quite a bit in the last year.
Yeah, since I last spoke to you, I think it's gone quite a little crazy.
I'm not shocked. Like, no, I'm not. I was actually shocked. I was the first person I interviewed you. I was like, that stunned me. I was like, really?
First person.
Yeah, I was first that way. It was like, wow. But no, because I know your work. I know your work is like, even then I was like, you're really, really good. I'd like to work with you before you get really, really big, because I know it won't happen if you get really, really big. I don't know if that's ever gonna. Yeah, but.
This was actually literally your first published piece. The first issue.
Yeah, I guess it is, isn't it?
Technically, the first issue is your first published work. My first published work, too.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of cool.
So congrats to both of you actually on that.
Yeah, a lot of stuff's on these ends, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is it is the first.
Not by a lot.
School One was the first.
Not by a
one.
lot.
Well, no, but that's a lot. I mean, that's even better in some ways because it's your own thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Extra
Yeah.
So we can squirrel away 2 issues away for the retirement fund.
Exactly.
We might have been doing some of that already.
Not yet, but we're going to.
Yes. No. It makes sense. So I guess you've been writing for a long time. Decades.
Most of it was horrible stuff that will never see the light of day. And I think a lot of writers feel like that.
Yes.
A lot of artists feel like that.
Yeah. But, for me, I have to write.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people that will walk around all day with a notebook in his pocket.
Yeah.
And, if I have 5-10 minutes, sometimes I'll just sit down and write. Or put it on Facebook, one of those.
Actually, for me, it's YouTube. YouTube is my evil bane. Hey, this is funny.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, no, the YouTube's not as much a thing. If anything, it helps us keep going. We just put music on and chill out, right?
On YouTube? Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
Not really YouTube.
Oh,
But Spotify.
yeah, the other one. There you go.
Spot. No,
It used to be YouTube, back
Yeah.
in the playlist days.
Yes. Yeah, I know. Things keep evolving that way.
We do.
Yeah. So you're gonna keep it like a Kickstarter format for all 5 issues. Are you ever gonna try experimenting above and beyond that, like maybe something like a weekly comic or like a weekly page here and there, or something?
No, we're planning on the Kickstarter for the
First
until
5.
issue 5.
And then we'll stop and recess.
Yeah, well, we'd like to do a trade up for the first 5.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we'll reassess.
We'd love to have a trade on the 5th Kickstarter. So it's like, you can do the 5th issue, or you can do the trade, or, throw them together. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? That makes sense.
Yes, it does.
So, I mean, if you want issue 5, you can get the trade at the same time. So, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. It's okay. Then in that case, I'll ask you first. So beyond Badassical, are you just going to do primary comic stuff, or are you ever interested in going back into prose or any other form at this point?
I play with the idea of going back to a novel. And, I was thinking here earlier about a concept I have that I would love to do. Guess I just have to find the right story,
Yeah.
right?
Is the right medium a challenge for you at this point? Because there's so many you can play with.
Is there a medium that what?
But beyond comics, because of the way mediums are evolving on a regular basis, have you thought, like, beyond, you talk about novel, you talk about the idea of doing a novel, but I mean, is the idea, like, when you find a story, is it hard nowadays? Like, you can look at all these different mediums, I could try it here, I could try it there, I could try it here, and just kind of see a different result.
Well, are you asking if I'd like to do TV? Because I'd love to write television.
Yeah.
I totally have a TV movie I'd love to do.
Yes.
Netflix, if you're listening to this right now, give me a call. I have something I want to sell you guys.
Me too.
But I enjoy the novel format, but more and more I'm finding I'm in love with the visuals of comic books.
Yeah.
And this one is amazing. So,
Oh no, it's not even. That's not even. Well, like I said, I saw you a few years ago. I'm like, damn. I mean, that's what literally. That's just like, wow, you're good. And like I said, you've literally, in your case, you've gone full time now. You've quit your day job.
Yep.
You've been doing this now for a year.
No, it's maybe 8 or 9 months.
yeah,
Yeah.
Something like that.
How's it
yeah.
gone for you?
Really good. I thought it'd be like I'd have more time to do things for myself, but no. It's the other way, which is great. Like, I love it, but
people are like, hey, can I get a commission? It's like, yeah, next year.
feel bad about that.
Yeah.
Don't.
But it's good to have like the regular work coming from public companies as well.
Well, you shouldn't feel bad about it. I mean, that means your time is really at a premium, and it should be. You put a lot of work into what you did. I mean, you've been doing this for a long time. So I mean, the idea now, it's like all this effort now, you're getting dividends. I mean, there's small steps right now, but I mean, they'll lead to bigger and better things. So
It's an exciting time for sure.
yeah. So and good luck. I really
And
hope.
an exciting industry to be in. Like, I love the industry so much.
I love the people in this industry.
Yeah.
But there's some great people in this business.
There's a very nice sense of community, and
I find nobody wants anybody to fail. Everybody that's actually serious about this really wants everybody else to succeed, because it makes a better product for everybody in that case.
That's fair. Totally.
But beyond all that, all right. So, again, actually, I should probably talk to you a little bit more about, like, for you, who are your influences? Or is that a very broad question?
You know what? I need to put some thought into that one. Who are my influences? One of my personal favorite comic books of all time was Rising Stars. Do you remember it? I loved that book. And it was only designed to be so many issues. And once it was finished. And it was such a great story. And it was very human while at the same time, above and beyond. One of my favorite books. And, among comic books, there's that, and there's Damon, and, I can think of so many people. Stephen King, absolutely, for novels.
Oh.
And yeah, Stephen King's amazing, and I have his memoirs, like his On Writing. Oh, that was a gift from a dear friend, and that's one of my favorite books of all time.
It's my favorite book on writing. Period. It's the clearest advice for any writer, any industry to actually just that this is what you do.
Yeah, well, not only that, but I also love how it's also a biography of him.
Yeah,
and it makes him a very human individual. It's great. Yeah, so there's a few of them, but.
So is it just on writing, or is this fiction in particular you like?
I've read lots of his novels, and yeah, I read a fair bit, or have in the past. It's been a little hard lately, but
yeah.
We've been real busy moving across.
We've been on the
country.
move. We've been on the move a lot lately. So.
What are you just traveling, or just also like you guys moved?
We kind of we left our home in last July and we drove across Canada to the East Coast.
And then we've been on the move pretty.
Yeah, we went to Europe for 4 months, and we just recently got our own place to live. So it's been kind of hectic in that sense.
So I guess ask this: when you've done your current round of touring, have you actually settled in yet at all?
We started to. Not a lot.
No, I think we're partially settled. And
we have some furniture.
Apartment.
That's exciting.
We're enjoying the place we're at.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful building and nice people, and small town, small city, I suppose, but it's nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Closer to family.
Yeah, it's great.
But we can still go to all the shows.
Yeah, and it's nice. It's just it's good.
So, because you're on the East Coast now, you get more opportunities to go to Europe and things like that. Actually, do you have a preference? Do you rather do stuff in Europe, or do you rather do stuff in Canada?
We really like both, I think.
Yeah.
Different feel to the shows.
Yeah, there is for sure.
Yeah, but neither one is better than the other.
Yeah, we really enjoy both.
Yeah.
So don't want to give up either one.
No.
Really.
Well, okay, so.
What about European food?
Yeah.
Food.
No, I hear you, and I am a little jealous when my family goes over there. Sometimes they'll bring me back some stuff. I'm like, I wanna go. My grandma goes to Germany. I always request like marzipan, because that's the real good stuff, right?
Where you go to get it.
Yes, exactly. That's the good stuff. So you want to go get your hands on it there, but
there's the Scotch eggs.
I do have a soft spot in my heart for Scotch eggs.
Yeah.
But we're doing. I think we're supposed to be doing a show in Austria this year.
Nice.
And possibly a few other places. Yeah. So we're working on that.
Very cool. So if I were to recommend a show for a guy like me who's not done a Europe show, where would you recommend first?
What medium are we talking about?
We'll say books.
See, it's hard because there's a Thought Bubble in Leeds, which is kind of geared only towards books.
Comics, yeah.
But it's a smaller show.
Yes. Culturally great show.
Yeah. But then we did Austria last year, and that was a bigger show with a great feel to it.
Yeah. But I can't really suggest any. I think all the ones we've seen were great in their own ways. Yeah. And I would suggest any of them that you got to go for it.
Okay.
Although true, we generally have great times in pretty much all of our Canadian shows as well.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
You gotta have fun.
yeah,
Well,
96% of them have been amazing.
And the nice thing about the Canadian shows is that we've done them like so many years in a row that we have friends like yourself
Yes.
who we like always look forward to seeing, and it doesn't feel like work anymore.
No, it's fun.
It feels like,
Yeah, we have such a good time with these things.
yeah.
I mean, we have people geared up to see us in Regina and Montreal and Ottawa, and the social calendar is a little bit rigorous at times, but it's great.
So good.
Well, that's just the way it goes. So Badassical, more Badassical down the road for you guys coming up, but also with you did a run like Southern Nightgown. Is that
Yeah,
right?
I'm working for Ruffic on Southern Nightgown, doing the interiors. So I think I have a book coming out at some point.
Yeah,
Well, it's fair. At some point, it'll come out. But my question then for you is, because it's a property, right?
Yeah.
It's not. So is it a little bit different when you like working with John than it is working with them? Not just because of their writing preferences, but like how a property works. Like in terms of what are there any limitations what you can't do in comparison?
Well, it's kind of different as well because John's my husband, so
Yeah.
we have a different relationship dynamic anyway.
Yeah.
But no, I work for Ruffic, and like I'm given a lot of fluidity and creativity in what I'm doing for them too, which I love. I think there's some companies that are probably a bit stricter and require more edits and adjustments, but it's been really good. I really enjoy it.
absolutely.
Yeah. Fair enough. So Nightgown comes out whenever it comes out.
Yes.
It's all right. Fair enough. Beyond all that, so your next show is next literally
This weekend, like in 2 days.
in 2 days.
We're in Regina.
We're flying tomorrow.
The
And,
town that rhymes with fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I think I won't touch that one because I might get in trouble. So, but
Runs up all around.
yeah, that's all we can say, guys. That's all we can say. But beyond all that, if people want to get a hold of you and how would you do it?
Facebook.
John Fleming?
Yeah. I have no problem people adding me as personal friend. I don't.
No.
If you like the property, if you like what we're doing, add me for a friend, tell me such.
Yeah.
I am pretty open like that. Want to hit 5,000 or 6,000 follow fans or whatever, or friends. I might have to start being picky and choosy, but
You have some room still.
I have a little bit of room still, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then-
Facebook too. Colette Turner.
Arthur?
Arts of Colette Turner is my page, and Colette Turner is my personal page.
Yeah, that one's probably a little more exciting.
No. Yeah, my personal page isn't that exciting actually. I don't have a very interesting life.
That's not true.
So it's all art pictures and the occasional picture of chocolate.
Which is there's nothing boring about either of that. But I mean, I just think it's one real thing before we wrap this up. I just think when you're doing the work you're doing, you tend to forget. A lot of people don't see it the way you do. You're just seeing the work and the effort. A lot of people think this is really, really cool stuff you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's and you don't see it while you're doing it, but when you come through, it's like that. Actually, is really interesting. So.
Yeah, well, that's kind of one of the nice things about visual medium. It's like it's so subjective, and everyone sees differently, and I enjoy that.
Yeah.
So, but I'm my own worst critic. I think that's the same with a lot of creators. You're always harsher on your own work than anyone else. It really is. And John's shaking his head.
I really like myself.
Yeah, you love yourself.
But the
It's good
truth
too.
is that, like you said, I am a bit of a perfectionist, and I will try and make the best product I can. So you're right about
Yeah,
that.
but at the same time, you're always getting better.
Yeah.
So you get to a point where, like, I think we were talking about this earlier, where you look back and
And I look back and see it as a great snapshot of where I was.
Yep.
you're very positive. I think.
No. Actually, here's the thing that we talk about positive. This is probably the best thing to say about yourself, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
They had a boldness and spirit. You couldn't replicate that work, even though technically you're better and you understand the certain things better.
Yeah.
There's just no way you could actually duplicate the work simply because you don't have that same spirit anymore, right? I mentioned this in my podcast, Riley. Terry Pratchett had a book called The Carpet People.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
and my favorite part of that is actually more so than the story itself is the essay. Yeah. He wrote a little essay about 14-year-old Terry Pratchett, because 14-year-old Terry Pratchett started that book. And he was like, well, if I had to be really careful about this. I could make this better, but I didn't want to change the story at all because even though I'm a better writer than 14-year-old me was, 14-year-old me was bolder than I was, and I wanted to make sure that was there as much as possible. And I think it takes a certain leap of faith to get into art of any kind.
Oh yeah, definitely, especially to show to other people. Like that's scary.
This whole process is terrifying sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you put a lot of yourself into your work, and then you have to, bear it to the world, and it is terrifying.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, very rewarding.
Very rewarding. I mean, I woke up one morning a couple weeks ago, and I had 2 people message me. They got comics in hand, and they read them, and they loved them, and they were 2 different parts of the world, and that was pretty cool. That was a good way to start the day. And they just messaged me on Facebook and said, I found you. And then I think soon afterwards, someone in comicsology hunted me down on Facebook and said, I love your book. So we're just going to try and keep moving and keep it up.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's a good interview. So you know. That's my sister giving me. And that was Colette Turner, and that was John Fleming. Or that was John Fleming, and that was Colette Turner. However you want to put it, they are an amazing dynamic duo. And once again, like I said earlier, you should really check out Badassical. And as for me, well, I'm just going to lay back here and just chill for a second. I mean, I'm a week away as of this recording from a live podcast. Kind of nervous, feeling it a little bit, but in a good way. Got some other news. I'm going to be doing 2 presentations at least for the first time ever at When Words Collide this August, which is really cool. I'm going to be talking about podcasting, but I'm also going to be talking about log lines. Log lines are a very underutilized part of, the author game in terms of the fact that a lot of authors cannot elevator pitch their books. And I have a very unique training around with that. And it kind of helps me with that, and I can pitch my books at will, anytime, any place, anywhere. And I usually do really good with my pitches. So that's something I'm hoping that will be an interesting discussion. It's not quite doing pitches and querying agents. It's not quite the same thing. It's more about how to approach your book and sell it, not just to potentially an agent, but also just to regular people, because you have to approach people a lot more now as an author than you did in the past. So I'm looking forward to that. Got a new phone. Like I said, just a quick thing. So my new phone is already got some different autocorrect issues. Punk is junk. That seems to be an interesting thing there. And just enjoying the new changes here and just getting ready for the week to come. So with that all said, that will do it for another episode of Just Joshing. If you want to support the podcast, you can do it a number of different ways. You can tell your friends about the podcast. You can subscribe to the podcast either through Podomatic or through iTunes. Very soon I will be coming at it through Stitcher. I'm going to wait till episode 101. Beyond that, if that's not your bag, but maybe you like books, I have The Watcher and Storm Dancer. They are available through mirrorworldbooks.com or through amazon.com. Whichever way you prefer. Electronic, paper, you name it, it can be delivered to you. It's good stuff. Failing that, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Joshua Penteloresco. And beyond all that, really, what make me happy is if you take whatever you hear from these conversations and get inspired to do cool things yourself. So whatever you do, stay inspired out there. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, whatever that is. Or at the very least, just don't get caught, okay? And I'll see you next time. My next guest is another returning favorite, Michael Plested. But until then, you guys have a good one, all right? All right.
Josh.